Hi everybody, welcome to another game video review of Low on Health. It's basically me just going over the games I've played recently. It's been the kind of summer drought. I've been kind of just playing this and that. Basically kind of just filling up my GameFly queue with just kind of filler stuff, rock band and music stuff, and just games I'm trying to get back to, like Sacred 2. But I did play kind of two recent new release games that have both been out for the PC. And those two games are going to be Monkey Island 2, Special Edition, and StarCraft II. Both twos, actually. That's kind of interesting. The first one I'm going to touch on real quick is, of course, going to be Monkey Island 2. I'll just go up and pull up a little video here so this goes on in the background. Now, I played the first Monkey... I never played the original Monkey Islands back in the day. I was more of a Sierra person and more of a, a King's Quest, Police Quest, Space Quest type of person. But with basically Monkey Island 2, it's basically if you played the first one, I really enjoyed these, and get out of there. I enjoy these because they do a great job playing homage to basically the first game, which is basically it's the same game. In which case, they basically kind of just updated the visuals, updated the input a little bit. And I mean, it's a classic point-and-click adventure, so that's great. And like I said, what I really like about these is the little things they've added. Like, they have it to where basically you can kind of see like the old graphics, and just with a push of a button, it translates, puts you to the new graphics. And it's cool just to go back and forth to see the kind of detail they do. Of course, it's also full voice acting too this time around, which is also awesome. And another thing they added this time around, as opposed to the last special edition, the first one, they added audio commentary. So at certain points and certain levels and whatnot, you can hit the auto commentary, and you can kind of hear the three creators, what they thought, or kind of what went into the production of that particular event, or just kind of nice little tidbits of just, information about the game and whatnot. And I really enjoy that. I always like the kind of in-game commentaries. Valve does a really good job of that too. But I really kind of enjoy this as your basic point-and-click adventure. And one thing I really, really, really enjoy about these, in which case, I wouldn't probably be playing these any other way, is basically they have a hint system. To where as you play, if you get stuck, which is possible in these games, sometimes it gets frustrating that you don't know like this particular item unlocks this particular item, and there's a lot of backtracking, which that's just how they were made back in the day. You hit basically the help key, and it basically tells you, hey, you should probably do this, or hey, maybe you should do that. And if you just keep hitting it, it'll basically say, hey, go this way, pick this up, and it'll tell you exactly what you have to do. And I really, really much enjoy that. Not saying I'm not much of a gamer, but it beats going to game FAQs and figure out what you gotta do. And granted, it takes some of the fun of it, but for me, I just like to get through the story, play the game, and just kind of get the experience. I don't want to have to sit there racking my brain over it for too long. In which case, that's what I love about these. And I really much enjoyed this one, and I really hope this kind of sets the trend for other, like, Day the Tentacle and other Tim Schafer type of games. But what I really hope is for these to basically to sell, and for them to re-release the old King's Quest, Space Quest, and even Police Quest. Police Quest doesn't get talked about a lot, but I really enjoyed the Police Quest games back in the day. And I really hope that maybe brings a renewed resurgence of those types of games, because I really enjoyed those Sierra games back in the day. We all know Leadership Larry has kind of slid down the slope, but I would love for them to go back and re-release all those with this type of makeover. With updated visuals, you can switch back and forth, with full audio, and with a help system that just really rocks. But that's Monkey Island 2. Let's go ahead and move on to the next game I want to talk about real quick, which is going to be StarCraft 2. And of course, everybody has been in a big tizzy about StarCraft. And I'm not a big StarCraft fan, but I do enjoy StarCraft. I basically played through it. And of course, I played through the campaign mainly. I played the multiplayer beta, and I'm not really big into competitive RTSs, but I do enjoy basically the single-player campaign that they have for this. Is freaking superb. I don't know what else I can say about it. They knocked the ball out of the park. Basically, like, the way they presented the story, the overall presentation for this game is so top-notch. This is what Blizzard does, and when we think about Blizzard hasn't really kind of done a game like this recently. It's mainly been, World of Warcraft. But this kind of definitely reminds you of what they can do in a single-player campaign with a single-player experience, and it is just freaking awesome. The characters are just great. The visuals are good. The voice acting is superb. I was really kind of blown away with how well the presentation is on this, and just kind of how they have like a hub system where you kind of have your own little headquarters, and you can kind of go to the cantina or the armory or the lab or the bridge. You can talk to your crewmates basically after every single mission, kind of get their input, and it's just a really, really good game. It's at its core, it's your classic basic RTS, but the just kind of little nuances in the character and the life they've given this game is just awesome. And I don't know what else I can say about it, but I was just really almost kind of put off at first when I heard about them basically splitting StarCraft 2 into 3 parts, the Terran, the Zerg, and the Protoss campaign. But basically what they did is just great. I mean, it's definitely worth the playthrough if you get a chance to play it. And they basically did kind of leave it off to where the next one's going to be the Zerg, and you kind of see how they're going to play it off. The plot wasn't 100% predictable, but you can kind of see where things are going. You know, that's not that big of a deal. It's still a solid plot, but man, I don't know what else I can say about this game. I was just more or less blown away. And this summer drought, having a game like this come out and play it was just a real treat. And I definitely recommend to all you PC gamers out there, give this game a try. It is awesome, and they're setting this stuff up great. It's just, if you think about it, it makes sense. Blizzard does really good games, and this is just a really good game, and I definitely recommend it to people. But that's enough of that there. Let me just go ahead and kind of give a breakdown real quick, number base. For those two games, for Monkey Island 2, I'm giving the presentation an 8 because it's solid, design an 8. Basically, it's a solid 8 across the board, in which case, that's, you know, I hate to say it, but solid point-and-click adventure. I will say I did like, you know, the humor and the story in the first Monkey Island more than the second one, but that's maybe just because it's not tired, but it's been done before, or it's not been done before. It's just, it just doesn't seem as, the story-wise, as good as the first one. But I love all the extra audio commentary, which is just awesome. So yeah, Monkey Island, solid 8. StarCraft, Wings of Liberty, presentation, like I said, is a solid 10. It's just, the presentation doesn't just mean great visuals and it's like the best, like Crisis style, but it means how they present it to you, how they have the characters, how they have the levels, how they have it. It's just great. I mean, the cutscenes and, you know, StarCraft II just remind you that Blizzard does really good cutscenes, action-packed cutscenes, and they're just really great. They're not just enemy, you know, person walking through a door talking. It's good action sequences. The gameplay and design, of course, like I said, I'm just going to give a 9, you know, because that's just, you know, a basic RTS. It's done, it's refined, it's polished. There's not that many bad things to say about it. And the story, I'm going to give an 8, just because, you know, it doesn't really kind of shock you. You can see where it's going, but it's still good. So it kind of gives StarCraft Wings of Liberty basically overall a 9, which is a great game. I definitely recommend picking up and playing it. It's a really good game to play during this summer drought. But there's the kind of 2 games I've been playing recently. I've been playing a couple other games just kind of on the side burner, the back burner as it is. I did just recently kind of prestige again in Modern Warfare 2, even though I said I wasn't going to, and just kind of playing older games and just refreshing myself and relaxing and sleeping. But as always, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and go ahead and comment if you want, and I will catch you next time.